I can say anything I want right now, and nobody can do anything about it.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the...
Except Arthur, because he's the producer.
No, hold on.
We're holding on. He did something about it.
Get this ready.
He's getting it ready. The official sound of Nick is not here.
What's up with that shit?
What's up, ladies? What's up, comrades? Welcome to Big Dumb Monsters. I am Chris, and I am Nick. This week, we watched Crimson Peak, the Guillermo Del Toro haunted house romantic horror movie from 2015. This is not part of a new Guillermo Del Toro month, but it was an awesome movie. I really enjoyed it. It's the first time I'd seen this since it first came out. It's a really good movie. You should check it out right after you know what? Check it out and then come back, listen to us talk about it on Big Dumb Monsters. Here we go, talking about Crimson Peak.
It's a perfect night for mystery and horror. The air itself is filled with monsters.
Hey, there we are. It's Monday night. We are working remotely this evening. The show must go on.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, no worries, brother.
So we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, we are somewhat tweaking the monster definition for this movie. I'm gonna actually hit play.
Hey man, a ghost is a monster. All right.
Yeah. It's a ghost movie. It's a haunted house movie. We are watching Guillermo Del Toro's Crimson Peak. It is hard to believe that this is 10 years old, but also it is hard to believe this is only 10 years old because it feels like it should be a little bit older.
Yeah, I was thinking like 15-ish, but like whatever. Like I don't like if it's 10 years old and older, it's one of those things where like it must have been like last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My yearly recall is getting worse and worse as I get older. So things that are 10 years old,
that was like,
like 2-3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, is there a way to drop comments that come from Instagram onto the, like, you know how I can...
You can copy and paste. That's about it. Yeah.
The reason I ask is because we have a first-time watcher.
Oh.
So I just wanted to shout him out. I thought that'd be easier.
Oh.
It's not a name I can easily say. It's w.t.p.frfr.
Oh, well, welcome W.
We did prefer.
P. Yeah. FR.
I'm pretty sure that's my son.
Oh. All right. This is Arthur and I were just talking about this before we started streaming. This is the first time I've seen this like since it was out. I've only seen this like maybe when it first came out on like DVD. A lot better than I remember. I did not I wasn't crazy about it, but this time watching it, I was really into it.
That's because your palate has changed.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I'm partially responsible for that. Like, I loved this movie when it first came out. Like, I went and saw it in the theater and then bought it the day it came out on DVD.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. It's so Guillermo.
Yeah, it is Del Toro as fuck, for sure.
It is exactly the instance I use when I tell people, like, a movie can be horror and not scary.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how I would describe this movie.
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
It's not like terrifying. It's not frightening, but it's horror. Like, it's got a feeling of dread. It's got that, like, there's a menace to everything, but it's not like your typical, like, modern scary movie. It feels like an old version of a movie. You know, it's got that, like, Vincent Pricey kind of thing to it, like, without the tongue-in-cheek, because a lot of Vincent Price had a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff, but this is just
yeah, it does seem like a black and white horror movie almost. Like, it should be a black and white horror movie.
I wonder if they cut this as a black and white horror movie, like how it would fare.
I am almost positive that's a thing you can obtain.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's too hard to just do on your own.
I will say, as much as I did like this a lot more this time around, I do wish there was more, like, ghosts in this movie, more with the ghosts. Because the ghost effects are really awesome. The designs are awesome. I feel like in the middle of the movie, like, the ghosts just disappear for a while, and we're more focused on, like, the twins, like, well, the twins being, they're not even twins, the siblings being, like, scammers. Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of this movie, is, like, it takes the haunted house thing and, like, turns it on its head, because the ghosts aren't the bad guys. Like, you're not, like, sure, you're supposed to be, like, visually afraid of the ghosts, but they're helpful, you know, like, where the humans are the menace, like the siblings are the people that you're supposed to be watching out for, where the ghosts are, you know, almost more of like almost like a Poe kind of thing, where, like, they're what's the word, but, like, you know, in the very beginning, the mother comes back as a ghost and warns the daughter, you know, it's not terrifies her, but, like, you know, is like, hey, you know, watch out for this. And then when she's actually in the house, the ghosts are saying, hey, like, get out of here, you don't belong here, you know, like, leave. Not, you know, oh my god, you're in my house, I have to terrify you and get you out of here.
Yeah. Because
I'm a scary ghost. It's like, it's a warning system.
So this movie is really, really all about ghost racism, kind of, in a way.
Priority of the classes.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I tried to do a sound effect and it died on me.
Oh, there it is.
That was the sound effect I was trying to do too.
Yeah.
The movie's all about racism.
Ghost racists. Oh, why? Just because I'm trying to warn you, I've got to be telling you to get out of my house? Fuck you! I was trying to help you.
I'm a ghost. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, next thing I know, I'm in a ghost chokehold.
Do ghosts
I can't
have
breathe.
orthodox
Yeah, because you're
rights?
dead. You're already dead.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, but this whole movie just, like, oozes character. And, like, it's gorgeous, and there's a, like, a genre that this was, like, described. I don't know if it was, like, IMDb or on the cock or whatever, but it's, like, romantic horror, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I described it on our Instagram post as, like, a romantic ghost movie. Ooh, pardon me. I like just the whole thing with the house and the red clay. Like, there is so much cool, like, subtext there about, you know, because there's a couple of scenes where, like, the clay is, like, oozing out of stuff and it looks like blood, or, like, the scene where we first see what's his name's machine, the digging machine, and it's ripping out, like, looks like it's ripping out chunks of flesh, like, out of the ground. Like
Yeah.
these two scam artists are literally like, this is the only thing they have is this house, and they are like ripping out basically their flesh to try and keep this house. Like, there's like a whole lot of like cool subtext like that.
There's also like the further on in the movie, like the more intense everything gets. So then the more intense that effect of like the clay coming up out of the floor, you could see it like dripping out of the pipes. It's like the heavier the movie gets, the more prevalent all that red is.
Yeah. No, they
until the ground is completely covered in it.
It is. You mentioned Poe before. This is very like Fall of the House of Usher, in my opinion, anyway. With like the house like rotting and basically collapsing in on itself, and the siblings like or the last caretakers of it.
Yeah. But it's set up really well. Like I love this movie. Like it's amazing. I can't think of too many things to really like bitch about. I think the pace is great. The premise is awesome. Like, I mean, it's a little bit of a tired premise, I suppose. Like, two people scamming somebody out of their money. They wind up, being killers.
Yeah.
You've seen it 1,000 times, but like you haven't really seen it in this context.
Yeah, with like a supernatural twist to it like this.
And that's what I really appreciate, because like we've said it 1,000 times, like you can only tell the same story so many times. Like there's only so many story archetypes out there. But if you take that known substance and then just twist it, I'm interested again. Like I don't need the same old story 1,000 times, but if you can take that old story and add something I haven't seen, like make it different. That's why I loved Late Night with the Devil so much. Like we've seen a million possession movies.
Yeah.
We haven't seen one based on a talk show.
Yeah, 70s,
it's
the
new,
Tonight
it's
Show.
So this one, you take that same old tired scam artist, Black Widower kind of story, basically like it's Bluebeard. It's the story of Bluebeard.
Yeah.
And then you just tweak it, change it, make it this like beautiful Victorian setting, and make it like crazy supernatural, add some grisly murder. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other like criticisms I had about this. Like I definitely wanted a little bit more ghosts, like in the middle.
I think more ghosts would have been good, but like I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I think maybe if it ramped up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because like once you start seeing them, like that's pretty much it. Like they're there, and then they're gone again. So I think if they played it off like little bit, till it gets to that ultimate like here they are floating around the house being like crazy ghosts, it would have been a little more effective.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other things to criticize this. Because I mean, it is a really good movie. I just don't want to sit here and be like, it's all we have to say is that we just liked it.
I didn't like Charlie Hunnam in this movie. To be completely fair, I don't like Charlie Hunnam in a lot of movies.
It's not great.
He was good. He was good in Pacific Rim. Like, I gotta give him that. He was good in Green Street Hooligans. That's kind of all you got from me.
That King Arthur movie was pretty horrible.
Yes, he looked like Channing Tatum in a wig in this movie. That is all Monique could say. Like, it's Charlie Hunnam in a wig.
Yeah, I buy him as Jax Teller. I don't buy him as like an ophthalmologist in like Victorian, era America.
No.
Yeah.
But there's just like what's crazy about this movie is like every scene is filled with eye candy. And like, to Guillermo Del Toro's credit, as much gorgeous stuff as there is to look at, it's not just eye candy. You know, like, there's substance in every scene.
Yeah.
Like, everything is in this movie for a reason. But God, like the angles that he gets with certain lightings and glows, it's ridiculous. You know it's him.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, like, when you see a movie, like, you know, just like nobody else has this color palette. Like, nobody else movies look like this. Like, it's just it's Del Toro.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's a very, like, it's obvious, you know, like a Tim Burton is obvious, you know, but like, or a
like Tim Burton is over the top, like hit you over the head with his style, like whereas this is like, the style isn't like because of like visuals. Well, it is visual signatures, but like Tim Burton stuff all looks like it was designed by the same person, where Del Toro stuff, you know, it takes place in different eras, so it looks different, but the look of it is all the same. Like the palette color.
The colors, the tone of everything, the way it's lit. Yeah. It's all like signature. Yeah. You know, like it's the same with Eggers. You know, all Eggers stuff looks like his stuff.
Yeah. Spielberg. Everything you know is Spielberg movie because it looks like that. It's got that soft glow to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad that we live in the era where Guillermo is active and still making movies.
Just I want to say cranking them out, but every couple of years we get a good movie.
I don't think he's ever like had a period of time where he's cranked movies out. It's just like,
it takes as long as it's going to take, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm willing to wait because I know for the most part it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Boy,
I know we're getting ahead of ourselves with this, but I can't.
Looking this way where the movie is, but
I can't fucking wait for Frankenstein, man. I really can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. Like, I can tell you already, it's going to be good. I don't care. Like,
yeah, like this.
I just got to the scene with the first ghost in that house. It's so striking. It's just.
It's the like the black ghost with like the veil, right?
Yeah,
I think we're about the same spot.
With all the red lighting behind.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah, this movie visually.
Oh yeah, J.J. Abrams and his lens flare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I love the look of the ghosts. This is a really good movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people like don't like it. It's got like a 6 point something on IMDb.
Because I think it's because of the same reason I didn't like it when I first saw it. And like, you're expecting this like crazy, over the top, like, you know, just
you were expecting a haunted house movie.
Yeah, like just nonstop ghost and monster and, you know, just crazy shit happening. Yeah. But it's not. It's like it's a slow burn.
It's subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a popcorn movie. Like it's a movie ass movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought like Tom Hiddleston was awesome. I can't imagine somebody better in that role.
He does really well that like turn on a dime where like he's, you know, he's just, you know, nice and like, you know, he's this whimsical stranger to like being the like fucking, you know, you see little bits of the scam artist, like the angry dude, like, you know, within every now and again. Like he just changes like that. Really,
he doesn't do it obvious. Like it's subtle. Like subtlety is a huge part of this movie.
Yeah. What else? Jessica Chastain's good in it too.
The only person that's not good in it is Charlie Hunnam. And he's not awful in it. I don't know what it is about him. It's just he's not my actor. And I think it's his control over his American accent because it's always like right on the edge of falling apart. Is what it is.
It's always Jax Teller. Like it's like that's his American accent, you know.
Yeah, which was shaky to begin with, but now he's trying to do that accent in this movie, but then put that like old world spin on it.
It's it does not
really like church it up without dipping into his English accent, his like natural accent, and it just sounds clunky.
Oh, I'm from Buffalo. What?
Fucking Buffalo.
Yeah. That's how you know this movie is a period piece. Like when Buffalo had any kind of importance outside of football.
Gravitas, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was watching, I was like, this can't be Buffalo. There's no snow and there's no Labatt's like cans laying around on the fucking ground.
Yeah, one person go through a table.
Yeah. You like my my microphone decoration here?
What do you got? Balls?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a Christmas ornament, so it's jingle balls.
Classy.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's
really
podcasting.
It's like truck nuts for a microphone, you know what I mean?
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right, cool ghost designs, good acting for the most part. From like the majority of the cast.
Yep. It's just good storytelling too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's clever. It's fun. It's fun to watch. But it's not a goof. You know what I mean? Like Guillermo really shows like his like depth of storytelling through all his movies. Because you've got things like Hellboy, where he can be a little cheeky and funny, but like also have some serious, really real shit in there. Movies like this, where it's like all serious, but like there's still that element of like the serious tone
it's still
and the beauty of everything like carries it.
It's still a little whimsical.
But it's a little whimsical. But then he can go full whimsy with like Pan's Labyrinth and keep that like dead serious tone through the whole thing, because that's not a fun story. Like it's like deadly serious, but it's got like all the whimsy and fantasy storytelling that you can handle.
Yeah.
Then you go to like his like older stuff where he's got what was it? Like Kronos is just like a weird version of like a vampire story. Do you want to go vampires? You can do like Blade 2, which is like drastically different than anything else he does.
Yeah, it's like an all-out action movie, you know?
Yeah. So like the dude can just make a movie.
Yeah, I think we can. I think we're good to put some ratings on this, and
rate it.
Yeah.
Okay. You go first.
All right. Like I said, I could use more ghosts. I don't want to say it drags in the middle, because the story is still really interesting. The story of them being like scammers and like what they're trying to pull off.
Does it slow down a little bit in the middle? Yes, but I don't think it drags.
No, I don't even want to say it slows down, because it just shifts focus. Like the mystery of the movie is about what these two are up to, and not about the ghosts per se. Like the ghosts play into it.
And I think that's what had everybody confused when they first saw this movie.
Yeah, they were expecting like a ghost movie.
Just
yeah. So I don't know. For me, I'm going to put this at a flat 8, I think.
Okay.
Just because it is something I will watch again, but I don't think it's something like it has like high rewatchability. I think it's the only thing I can ding it for.
That's fair.
It's not something like, I'm going to throw this on like every Halloween, like not one of those type of horror movies. But it is something I will want to watch again in the future at some point.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm the same way. Like, I don't want to watch this like every 6 months, even every year. I think it's been a couple of years since I've seen it. Like as we're standing right now. But like, I have to rewatch it every now and then just to scratch that itch. You know what I mean? So like for me, this is like a solid 9.
All right. No, that's respectable. It's like the same thing with like The Shape of Water. Like I fucking love that movie.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and
could
I
not watch
appreciate
it like
that. I
every
don't want
6
to lose
months or every year. Like, you know, it's got to go back on the shelf for a while so I can appreciate it when I watch it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to some trivia.
All right. Let's do some trivia.
What the fuck is this going to do if I push the trivia button?
Probably do the sounds.
But nothing else, right?
Nothing else. Let's find out.
Not to bother you with trivia. I used to think they were kind of trivia.
Yeah, we're still on the air.
Nothing catastrophic happened.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Okay. All right. Though the house was built in its entirety, it had to be torn down at the end of the shoot in order to make space in the studio. They built an entire rundown mansion in this movie.
Yeah.
For the movie and tore it down when they were done.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Couldn't have filmed like 1 or 2 more movies in there? Like, you know?
I guess not. Like, I didn't really look structurally sound, you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be in the story, but it definitely did not look it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Many pieces of furniture in the film were made in 2 sizes. When a character sits on it or appears on its background, it can show a certain emotion. Bigger size to show the character's weakness and tenderness, smaller to show their strength and determination.
All right.
So, like, those giant wingback chairs, like, when she's supposed to be, like, you know, helpless, the chair is fucking gigantic. When she's, like, starting to, you know, fight for her life, you know, like, the chairs and tables and shit, like, they're all smaller.
Huh. All right.
Which, like, I didn't notice. So I don't know if it's one of those details that kind of just, like, wasn't really important, but, like, now that I know it, I can look for it. But
it's not making or breaking the movie for me. Yeah.
No,
cool detail, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the scene where you see a close up of the ants eating the butterfly.
I know, it's so disturbing.
Yeah.
They're going right for the eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Jessica Chastain learned piano for the movie and performed all the songs in the movie by herself. She had previously learned the bass for Mama from 2013, where Guillermo Del Toro was the producer.
All right.
That is really hard to do. So she is probably just like naturally talented at like learning things. Maybe she has autism.
Piano lessons go, and Jessica, she comes out in like full Victorian gear, like starts cutting up a Little Richard song. Like, just like Great Balls of Fire.
Jesus Christ. If only. Oh my god, I'd love to see that.
She's gonna foot up on the piano like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Marrying a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Oy vey. All right, continuing on with trivia. Guillermo Del Toro claims that one of the inspirations for the film was an actual supernatural event that occurred to him. While location scouting for the Hobbit trilogy, when he was originally set to direct the films, he and some members of the production stayed the night in a haunted hotel in New Zealand. Del Toro claims that one night after midnight, he could hear the sounds of a murder, including whimpering and screams coming from a vent leading to an empty bathroom. This event was the basis for a sequence in the film where Edith witnesses the ghost in the bathtub.
Oh yeah, that was that's actually a pretty terrifying scene. Like, it's like the shadow person, like she sees kind of coming up the hallway, right? If I remember correctly, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, some of the ghost stuff was pretty fucking scary. Like, you know, seeing them, like, crawling around on the ground or, like, floating there, holding the baby, just, like, all messed up.
Yeah, this floating torso, like, pointing the, like, you know, the way to the room.
Yeah. Incest, that away.
Yeah. You want to see some fucked up shit? Go that way.
No.
Yeah.
You want to see your husband get a handy from his sister?
Yeah. Right.
That's your direction. Tom Hiddleston claims that he and Mia Wasikowska danced the waltz with the lit candle, and by the end of the filming that sequence, the flame hadn't gone out. However, he later admitted that they used a double-wicked candle for that scene.
So you cheated, Tom.
Yeah. Cheated just a little bit. Though Benedict Cumberbatch and Emma Stone were initially cast, Tom Hiddleston and Mia Wasikowska. Am I saying that right? Wasikowski. Yeah. Wasikowska. Were Guillermo Del Toro's next choices for those roles, respectively. And I think that's the better choice anyway.
Yeah, I would say so. Who's Emma Stone and who was the other person?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, no. Tom Hiddleston.
I like Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't know that this is for him.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hiddleston's got that subtlety that we're really looking for in that character.
Yeah.
Plus, he just he looks like, not to be insulting to him, but he looks wimpy, and that's what that character is really supposed to be. Benedict Cumberbatch is taller. He's got that kind of chiseled face going on.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his role. And Emma Stone is great, but nah, not for this. Let's see. Guillermo Del Toro and Matthew Robbins wrote the original script in 2006 after Pan's Labyrinth was released. However, the movie was delayed for more than 6.5 years so that Del Toro could work on Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and the Hobbit trilogy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what would I am curious as to what those movies would have been if he directed them, but also glad that he wasn't.
Hobbit?
Yeah, taken off the map. Or wait, no, I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings. That's right. Yeah, no, I would have liked to see what those movies would have been, because those movies suck balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the Hobbit movies that we got was that Peter Jackson didn't want to do them.
Yeah.
But he had done Lord of the Rings. You know, he set this fucking high watermark for film, not even just fantasy movies, just fucking film. And then he was done. He was I did my fucking time in Azkaban.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. This was my life for a decade. Fucking let me go direct some fucking movies now. Also, I mean, the source material, you have 3 different books, for the Lord of the Rings, whereas The Hobbit's a 200-page story. It doesn't need to be 3 fucking movies.
No. 2 at the most. 2 at the most.
At the very most. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they really stretched those out for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
I don't know that Guillermo could have been, but that's the thing. It's I don't know if Peter Jackson was handed a shit sandwich and told to just fucking eat it. Would Guillermo have been dealt that same shit sandwich, and we would have been what the fuck did Guillermo do with these movies?
No, I feel he would have been more involved with the story, crafting of it all.
Yeah.
they probably just dumped it onto Peter Jackson, like, because he probably did was be exhausted from doing it once already. He'd just be like, fine, you write the fucking thing, I'll just direct it.
Yeah.
So God, those I still just specifically remember.
I like the first one a lot.
I knew
it's fun.
I remember in the theater watching that movie and just like fighting off the sleep, and then just getting to the point of like, you know what? I'm just taking a nap. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did fall asleep during the second one.
I didn't even bother with the second or third in the movie theater. I saw them like after they were on home video.
Yeah. Lame-o. Let's see. Here we go. In the scene where Edith, having stabbed Lucille, runs toward the elevator and meets Thomas coming out of the elevator, there was originally meant to be a speech that Tom Hiddleston described as a very beautiful, heartfelt confession of Thomas's crimes and love for Edith. However, on the day, both Tom and Guillermo agreed that the speech, however beautiful, was too wordy. They, together with Mia Wasikowska, wrote the scene in about 10 minutes to be a very short exchange that happens in the scene, which they all agreed was more believable in the moment and just as powerful on screen as the wordy speech was on the page.
Yeah.
Just good movie making. Just good movie making.
Yeah. Yeah. Get to the fucking point.
Yeah. Because, like, is there a time for flowery speeches and, all this stuff? Yeah. Did they realize that, like, right then in that scene, that wasn't right? Yeah. And they fixed it. That's why Guillermo's awesome. Because he was, like, altering scenes to fit the movie, like, as they were filming the shit. Like, not just that. Like, there were a couple other instances where they were just like, let's tweak it.
Yeah.
So he's not just, like, locked into the script, which is great. And this is our last trivia fact for the evening. Tom Hiddleston also played the ghost of Thomas Sharp, as Guillermo Del Toro prefers to keep his sets and characters as tangible as he possibly can. With Thomas's ghost physically there, Mia was able to touch him and react to his presence. Hiddleston sat through 3 hours of makeup to apply a full facial prosthetic, paint, wig, etc. The VFX department then created the transparency of the ghost, as well as the tendrils of blood seeping from his face.
All right.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. No, I was wondering that too as I was watching that scene, like, 'cause she does reach up and touch his face. Like, how is she touching the ghost's face? Like,
she does reach up and touch face. Yeah.
Much like
yeah.
Oh, it's just much like the Depeche Mode song.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Is that it for the trivia?
That's it.
That's it for the trivia. Let us move on to the better known as.
I know you. I know you. I knew you. I knew you. But you ain't you.
I feel like we're going to be breezing through this because a lot of these people we have covered before. Starting with...
Anytime you do a Guillermo movie, you're going to have a few...
Yeah. Like the repertoire players. We have extensively covered Guillermo Del Toro here previously. We had Guillermo Del Toro. Was it Guillermo Del Toro?
Guillermo Del Toro.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Jesus.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah. Oh.
We're going to do it again. We're going to have another Guillermo month.
I think when Frankenstein comes out, I think it will be our best bet.
Yeah. And then that's what we're shooting for.
I forget when. I think it's like this summer is when that's coming out. August, maybe. Anyway, we'll get there.
Something like that, yeah.
We have, of course, talked about his movies before. Yeah, I mean, his most famous movies, would it be Hellboy 1 and 2, maybe? I mean, like Mass Appeal?
Most famous?
Yeah, like Mass Appeal.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he did win did he win the Oscar?
Pan's Labyrinth, too. Pan's Labyrinth was huge.
Yeah, I mean, Shape of Water was pretty huge, too.
Chip Water won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah. And Nightmare Alley was nominated at least. I don't think it definitely didn't win Best Picture, I want to say.
Oh, November for Frankenstein? That's terrible.
Oh, it's still so far away. Fuck. Whatever. I will say we're getting like a good, within a couple of years, span of like these gothic horror movies where we just got Nosferatu. We're getting Frankenstein later this year. Robert Eggers' next movie is like a werewolf movie set in like 1500s England. Like, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Yeah, there was talk that his next movie was going to be a reboot of Labyrinth?
No, he is doing that as well, but the werewolf movie...
That's not his next thing.
Yeah, no, the werewolf one comes out, I think, next Christmas, the 2026. And then, it'll be after that?
Yeah.
Labyrinth. So, yeah, I again, cannot wait for Frankenstein. That's going to be so good. But yeah, we're huge Del Toro fans here. Pan's Labyrinth is amazing. And they're all like art. They're movie-ass movies, but they're all pieces of art too. Like it's he really
but
is. But
they're all very watchable. Like the thing with Guillermo is like he can walk the line between like artsy movie, but it's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, you never really find him being up his own ass and like doing artsy for the sake of artsy. Like there's always a really good movie inside of whatever he's doing.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this the other day, like maybe like 15 years ago now at this point, he was supposed to do an Incredible Hulk TV show, which would have been amazing, I think. Like they were going to do practical effects for the Hulk. Like they were going to build like a monster for the Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that would have been incredible. But yeah, no, it ended up never happening. Probably for the better, I'm going to say, but I still think that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to Mia Wasikowska, who was in this movie, was Edith in this movie. She is probably most well known for playing Alice in the two Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movies. One of those movies way better than the other one.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. The first one, really good. Second one, not so much. Other than that, probably this is the other like biggest thing she's been in. She did the voice of Alice for Disney Infinity. Looks like.
Oh.
And that, yeah, a lot of
that's
like,
about it.
Yeah, she was in Treatment on HBO in 2008 for 9 episodes. Other than that, really nothing notable. A lot of like, just smaller things. Up next, we have Jessica Chastain, who was the sister in this. I can't remember their names. I'm horrible.
Lucille.
Yeah. I'm trying to. She's like an actress, like you know her, but like it's tough to like. What's her biggest role? Like, I'm thinking even going through. She played Tammy Wynette in a George and Tammy miniseries in 2022.
Yeah, Monique described her as the redhead with big boobs.
That's the one.
Yeah,
literally doesn't matter who she's talking.
Yeah.
Even then, I didn't know who the hell she was talking about.
She was in It. She was in It Chapter 2. Was she in Chapter 1? I don't remember if they're adults in Chapter 1 also.
I don't think I saw Chapter 2.
She plays the adult.
I barely saw Chapter 1.
She plays the adult Beverly. She's in X-Men Dark Phoenix. The less said about that, the better.
Whatever could you mean, Chris?
I mean, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I really hate that they took like one of the greatest X-Men stories ever and just turned it into a shit movie. Like you could watch the X-Men cartoon version of it that's way better.
Yeah. Zero Dark 30 is considered her biggest movie.
Yeah, I just got there. That was 2012. Yeah, that's the thing like really blew her up because before that it's all like small stuff.
Was that even like a hit movie? I remember it coming out and being advertised to shit, but like
I want to say it was like nominated.
This movie's awesome.
It was nominated, I think, for Best Picture. Might have even won. Yeah. She was in The Help in 2011. Tree of Life 2011 also. She was in a Poirot TV series episode. Other than that, like a lot of like TV stuff. Law and Order, 3 episodes, Trial by Jury. Looks like a Dark Shadows TV movie in 2005. Veronica Mars. Her first role was on ER, 2004. Up
ER
next.
was still on in 2004?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Tom Hiddleston, who we have talked about before. He was in Kong Skull Island. He is, of course, Loki. That's probably what he is. That's definitely what he's most well known as.
100%.
Yeah, he's been playing Loki for 15 years now. Did 2 seasons of his own series. Yeah. ER was on until 2009.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thought I'd share that with you.
Oof. All right. Aside from Loki and Kong Skull Island, he was in is he in Inglourious Bastards? We'll get there.
No.
Thor was 2011. No, I guess he was. I thought he was the. You know what? I'm thinking of what's his name, Magneto.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Michael Fassbender. He's in. He's in Inglourious Bastards.
He's the one who fucks up the German 3.
Yeah, he does he does this instead of this.
He does this instead of this.
That's what it was. Yeah.
He holds up index, middle, ring instead of thumb, index, middle.
All right. Up next, Charlie Hunnam, who we have also talked about before.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim, another Guillermo Del Toro banger. Yeah, I mean, he's Jax Teller. That's probably what he's most well known for. His movie career hasn't been fantastic. Losing Children of Men. Didn't realize that. That was 2006.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great movie. With
I'm trying to think of the other. What was the Triple Frontier? I think he was also in.
Yeah, 2019. Was it an action flick?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in The Gentleman in 2019. Okay. That was pretty good too.
Oh yes, that actually was really good.
Yeah.
Fucking what? Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Just like going ape shit.
Was it Colin Farrell? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 92 episodes of Sons of Anarchy he was in. Good Lord.
That's about 50 too many.
Yeah. It was good for the first couple of seasons, and then it just gets way too the fuck out there.
Yeah.
He's in Cold Mountain in 2003. That possibly won an Oscar. I don't remember. That was 22 years ago. It was the Odyssey set during the Civil War, basically.
If I want to watch movies based on the Odyssey, I will watch, as you know, the Odyssey
the NBC
with Armand Assante.
Although that new Nolan one looks like it's going to be pretty damn good. Christopher Nolan's directing a new film version of the Odyssey, which looks like it'll be pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. Like, he rarely misses.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time he did anything anybody could really complain about?
That fucking movie with the reverse time was pretty shitty. I can't even remember the name of it.
The reverse time.
Robert Pattinson and Denzel Washington's kid.
I might not have seen that one.
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan reverse time movie.
Fuck, what is the name of that movie?
Tenet?
Tenet. That's it.
Well, I don't know that one.
Yeah, not great. Not great. All right, anyway, up next we have Jim Beaver. Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Jimmy Beav. He is probably most well known at this point. He's been on 10 episodes of The Boys. So maybe that's where people actually, no, I'm sorry. He's most well known, for being on Supernatural for like a shitload of episodes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Jimmy Beav was on 69 episodes of Supernatural, to be precise.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like so many more.
Yeah. Isn't he like one of the main characters, I thought? Yeah.
In the early stuff, he was main, and then they kind of parsed him out later on in the show.
Can't have.
But he was that character that you always look forward to them having back.
Like Scooby Dum.
Yeah. Like Slowpoke Rodriguez. You know what I mean?
Yeah. His name in The Boys and in Supernatural, his character's name are the same. He's Defense Secretary Robert A. Singer in The Boys, and in Supernatural, he's Bobby Singer.
Yeah.
He shows
I want to say Robert Singer is actually like a producer on Supernatural or something like that.
All right.
Something. I don't remember
So like
producer or whatever, but yeah.
He shows up in Nightmare Alley. That was 2021. He shows up in an episode of the Watchmen TV series, which was fucking phenomenal. I will say that any chance I get. It's got an 8.2 rating on IMDb.
Yeah.
I want to say he shows up in a couple other things too. He shows up in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul for a couple of episodes of each of those shows. NCIS. Sorry, he's in 14 episodes of Justified. That's the one I was looking for. Sheriff Shelby Parlow. A lot of TV stuff here and there. A lot of these like procedural cop shows. CSI, fucking Criminal Minds. He was Whitney Ellsworth on 35 episodes of Deadwood, of course. Another awesome ass show. 8.6 on IMDb. That's about right, I would say.
Hair low.
Yeah.
Hair. Just not. It's fucking close.
Yeah.
But look, they could say 9.9 and it'd be like, it's a hair low.
Yeah. I am due for a rewatch of Deadwood for sure.
Same. Especially because I never followed through on finishing it, like when the newer shit came out a couple years ago.
Yeah. I'm still looking through his stuff. 27 episodes of a TV show called Thunder Alley. He's in Sliver in 1993, the steamy Sharon Stone film. Sister Act 92 with Whoopi Goldberg. He's in Father Dowling Mysteries in 1990.
Attaboy.
He's in the movie Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks and a dog in 1989.
Oh, yeah.
Good fucking movie.
Shows up.
I like any cop movie with a dog that's also a comedy.
Canine, Turner and Hooch.
Yep.
He's in an episode of Matlock in 1988.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're getting there. Silkwood, 1983 with Meryl Streep. And that's
but he's got some Silkwood.
It's the second time where his character is plant manager.
Yeah.
But he was Turner Coach too.
He looks like he's in charge of an industrial facility.
I believe it.
Yeah.
You give the man a clipboard and he's in charge.
Yeah. He is making a schedule. Like up next, we have
that's a man with an itinerary.
we have Bern Gorman up next, who I'm pretty sure we've talked about because he is another like Del Toro regular. He was most recently in Beetlejuice. He was also in Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio, which I still haven't seen. I really need to watch that.
Yep.
Man,
Beetlejuice was such a disappointment.
I watched that. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
It's pretty forgettable. He is going to be playing Fritz in the new Frankenstein. I am here for that. Yeah. He, of course, was in, I think he's in both Pacific Rim movies. He's one of the two scientists, like him and Charlie Day is the other scientist. He's in the Enola Holmes movie in 2020. Shows up in a couple of Doctor Who, and spin-off shows. Torchwood. Yeah. He was in the far inferior second Pacific Rim movie.
Ugh.
2 episodes of The Man in the High Castle. He's in 4 episodes of Game of Thrones, too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the most known thing, but
it's probably Pacific Rim.
Probably.
He was in 26 episodes of Torchwood. Fred Claus, 2007, with Vince Vaughn.
Ew.
We're going to move on from there. Up next, we have Leslie Hope. There had to have been a reason I saved her. It can't be the one I'm thinking of. Must have been. Anyway, she's in one of those Tom Selleck, Jesse Stone. Yeah, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Like those old people movie of the weeks on CBS.
Yep.
Also in Blue Bloods.
Based on the book, how could it be bad?
Yeah, with Tom Selleck. She was in 4 episodes of The Strain, the vampire series that Guillermo Del Toro was a producer of.
I don't know why I could not get into that show.
It was pretty mid. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a cool idea. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. Anyway, she was in 24 episodes of 24 as Terry Bauer. I think she was Jack Bauer's wife, if I'm not mistaken. She was in RoboCop, the TV series.
Ooh.
Yeah. Deep Space Nine. I know, buddy. You're more of a fucking Voyager fan.
TNG.
Yeah. She is in the movie Men at Work in 1990, which I fucking love that movie. With Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez with their garbage men.
Yep.
Yeah, and Keith David is their boss. Fucking.
That movie comes up so often.
Yeah. The commie bastard gets no food. I fucking love that movie. It just came up 2 or 3 weeks ago. Somebody quoted, looks like somebody threw out a perfectly good white boy.
Yeah. Well, that was me, but I was misremembering. I was quoting that in regards to a different movie.
It's in another movie too, I think. But it is definitely also in
was that? Well, because it's from Men at Work. But I think what we had gone over was oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know, something other, some weird shit. Working Men or something. I don't know.
Maybe. She is Charlie Sheen's love interest in that movie, in Men at Work. That movie only has a 5.9. That is underrated.
apparently it is referenced in Better Off Dead. They also say, now that's a real shame when folks be throwing out a really good one.
I knew it was a comedy, yeah.
Which Better Off Dead is also an excellent movie.
Yeah, that precedes Men at Work, actually.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Right. Yeah. And it's great. It's a John Cusack classic.
Yeah, it is. It's like one of those classic 80s comedies.
Yeah.
I want to say Savage Steve Holland is the director, who also directed One Crazy Summer, another John Cusack movie.
Savage Steve Holland?
That's his not his God-given name.
Ravishing Rick Rude?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. One Crazy Summer is a good movie, too.
Is it?
Yeah. Doug Jones shows up in this movie. We have talked about Doug Jones before.
Like a million times.
Yeah, if there's a Del Toro movie, he's playing a creature in it. He's probably most well known as either Abe Sapien or the fish man who gets laid in the shape of water.
Yeah, but also in Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah, he was Saru in Discovery.
Yeah.
Oh, like he was in Nosferatu. Nope. That's a 2023 version of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, he's a creature guy. Like, those are his big roles. And again, we've talked about him before.
If you see a monster with long ass fingers, it's Doug Jones.
It's Doug Jones, yeah. Up next, Jonathan.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he is good. Jonathan Hyde, who is like one of those guys you just know his face. You don't really probably remember movies that he's in. He was in Titanic in 1987. We talked about him before. He's the nature show host in Anaconda.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. But he was most recently in The Brutalist, which I think is still playing from the first time they've actually showed it. It's still going.
What? Still the first reel.
Yeah, that movie is long as fuck.
Like, I might watch that once it hits something streaming. I am not going to sit in the theater for 3.5 hours?
Yeah, fuck no.
Is that what the fuck it is?
No, fuck no. Yeah, no, I'll watch it. Like, I'll have to break it up into, digestible portions on a streamer.
I might not even do that, but, there's no fucking way that I'm going to sit in the theater for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3:34.
Yeah. And again, if you're seeing it in the theater with previews and commercials, that means you're in the movie theater for 4 hours and 4 minutes. Fuck no.
Mm-mm.
He's in 46 episodes of The Strain. He's like the rich dude, like trying to, become a vampire and take over.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, a lot of actor stuff and Dinotopia.
No, absolutely not. You are not going to gloss over the fact that he's the Egyptologist.
I just scrolled to The Mummy. He's in the 1999 version of The Mummy.
Or the fact that he's Van Pelt and the dad.
In Jumanji. I have never seen the first Jumanji movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I was 16 when it came out. I was, I was aged out.
All right.
You were definitely aged out.
Yeah.
The demographic. Richie Rich. I mean, this is...
I was 15 when that came out.
I'm gonna say though, go back for it now.
All right.
Go back for it now.
I mean, I saw the first remake that they did, and that was actually really good. The sequel, not so much.
Oh yeah. Definitely go back for it.
All right. I mean, Robin Williams is a goddamn treasure. Was a goddamn treasure.
No, he still is.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. Up next, Bruce Gray appearing in this movie. Turd Ferguson. Yep. He was Ferguson. Yeah. Hey.
That was the joke.
Yeah. He's in the first two My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies. He's in 4 episodes of How I Met Your Mother, an episode of Sons of Anarchy, an episode of Castle. I saved him because he is in Starship Troopers.
Hell yeah.
We'll get there. Sorry, I jumped ahead, but he's also in Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise. A lot of fucking procedural shows. Good lord. Oh, he's in an episode of The Outer Limits in the early 2000s revival of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sky Marshal Deans, I forget how they, but that was 1997. Starship Troopers is 28 years old.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I remember hitting a skunk with my car when I went to see that movie. With my mom's car, I should say.
I was in middle school when that came out, right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
He is in the Leslie Nielsen movie Spy Hard in 1996.
I watched all of those dumbass Leslie Nielsen movies in the 90s.
The
Like,
ones that weren't
I couldn't wait. Like, every time a fucking Leslie Nielsen movie came out, I had to watch it. Like, the man is just comedy gold.
Yeah. He was in RoboCop, the series. Yeah, shows up in an episode of USA's steamy drama, Silk Stockings. An episode of The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Diagnosis Murder, 1994.
Hey, now.
He was also in 5 episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
That might be the most anybody's ever been in.
That is up there, yeah.
He almost has the trifecta.
Yeah.
If you're being liberal, he does the trifecta.
Is Diagnosis Murder in the... It is in the Pentaveret, isn't it? I think
Perry
we're one...
Mason is also on there.
That's like... Perry Mason's like well, if we need to get one in, like, we'll count Perry Mason.
Murphy Brown.
Yeah.
No, not Murphy Brown. Fucking dildo.
He shows up in an episode of Next Generation and Deep Space Nine as the same character, Admiral Checkout. Admiral Checkout.
Check out this guy.
He shows up in 3 episodes of Matlock.
Oh,
goddamn.
Yeah.
Same character?
No.
Yeah.
Captain Power. Holy shit. I remember that show.
just you, though.
I don't.
It was, no, I've talked about this before. They had a show in like a toy line, and the toy line was like these ships. They had like a pistol grip on them, so you can hold them and like, aim them at the screen.
We have the VHS at the table.
Yes, yeah, we do. That's right. And you,
Yeah.
like when there was like a gunfight, like and a shootout, like in space in the show, you could have a shootout like in your room. Like the TV would somehow like beam signals back at this fucking thing. Yeah. He's in Dragnet in 1987 with fucking Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a very long time. Let's get Harry.
It's not since I was like regularly watching movies on Comedy Central.
Yeah. Let's Get Harry. That's a good action movie from the 80s, 1986. I think we're going to move on from there. Happy Days. For what it's worth, Knight Rider. The Incredible Hulk. Hey. Quincy.
Oh.
Did we hit the Pentaveret?
We did.
We might
only
have.
got 4.
Okay.
He only did 4.
All right. So he's almost a one man
I really wanted him to be the one-man Pentaveret.
Pentaveret of old people solving murders. So yeah, that's all right. We hit it though. All right, Emily Coutts or Couts, however you want to say that. She is in this movie. She's like one of the her name's Eunice. She's like one of the other like younger girls who was like vying for Tom Hiddleston's attention in Buffalo.
Not a lot to do other than that.
Yeah. She was also on.
The sentence gets sadder and sadder the further it goes.
Buddy.
He's a Bills fan. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, young girls vying for attention in Buffalo really set him off.
Yeah.
But no, she was in 52 episodes of Star Trek Discovery. She is Lieutenant Detmer, like the one with like the cybernetic like implant on her eye or ear, maybe. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, she's in that show a shitload. That's the only reason I saved her. So that'll do it for the better known as.
You can save her for Dear Jesus.
Dear Jesus. No, surprisingly, I did not.
I suppose we'd like to shoot some crap.
It's time to hit the crapshoot. I have watched the fuck out of movies this week.
Did you? Like more than usual?
Yes. Yeah, I went to the movies 3 times in 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
I was alone this weekend. Amanda was out of town, so I had nothing to do but like eat, watch movies, and like go out to grab a drink like in between. I this one I watched at home. I watched Death on the Nile this week, which was pretty fucking good.
Right?
Yeah. Not as good as Murder on the Orient Express, but still really, really good, I thought.
I didn't watch Murder on the Orient Express.
All right,
just because like there's nothing for me there. Like,
you know,
if I know that story so well, like what the fuck is the point?
Yeah. But no, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I have Haunting in Venice queued up. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll watch it the next couple of days.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's not terrible. It's really not. But like in terms of like me wanting to sit down and be glued to a movie, Death on the Nile was like way higher.
All right. Good to know. I think I watched that Thursday night. Friday night I went and saw Captain America, which was good. Not great. It is like it's a political thriller, kind of like The Winter Soldier was, but it's definitely not as good as The Winter Soldier. It needed like 1 or 2 more action sequences. Like there was just like
a little too dry.
Yeah. Just missing a little extra something to like zhuzh it up. And it just but I mean, still, don't get me wrong. I still liked it. It was still pretty good. I gave it like a solid B, I would say.
Okay.
And then Saturday night, I went and saw Love Hurts with Ki Huy Kwan, Short Round.
Yeah.
It's like an action.
I know it's something for it.
Yeah, it's like an action comedy. Like an action romantic comedy where he is like a former like gangster, like hitman or something. And like now he's just like a normal, like living a normal life as like a realtor, and like he gets pulled into his own life. But like, it was an okay movie, but the fucking fight sequences were goddamn amazing. Really great choreography.
I gotta tell you that I hate that that's becoming like a story trope. Like that's
old
like,
guy who like kicks ass again.
That's John Wick. That's
Nobody. It's
Nobody. The Equalizer. You know, like
and then yesterday I went and saw A Complete Unknown, which was really fucking good. I didn't think I'd be that into it. Like, I'm not a huge Bob Dylan fan, but like, the scenes
the one we've been dreading.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it's basically like Bob Dylan's a fucking douchebag, and like here's why. Yeah.
Well, now I want to see it.
Yeah. But it's like about him, like first getting to New York, like first getting like making this big impact on the folk scene, and then like it ends with Dylan going electric and like that whole thing.
Yeah. When he arrived in New York with a notebook full of Woody Guthrie songs.
Yeah, well, it's all about him like getting to know like Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger. And like it was surprisingly really good. Like it, again, not being a Bob Dylan fan, like being in the moment of like, you know, these songs being played, like it really like hits you. The impact is really good.
Yeah, I've always said, you know, like Bob Dylan is important, and it was a period of time where people needed that music. That music is not for me.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Like,
it also,
but like to see it in historical context, I'm sure is like impactful.
Yeah, I was gonna say it also completely cements the idea that like the reason for the current sound of Bob Dylan, like in person, is just a fuck you to his audience. Like 100%. Yeah, because a lot of the theme of the movie is just him like doing what people don't want him to do. Like people will say, don't do this, and he'll just do it. And like, you know, people will say like, we want to hear this, and like, you know, we want to hear this song. I was like, well, I'm not going to play that song then. I want to play like my new song that nobody gives a fuck about. So like, I think it's really just, I don't want to play these songs. I'm just going to blow through it. People can say they saw Bob Dylan, and like, it completely solidifies.
And I'm going to do Cadillac commercials now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, like it's a really good movie, but yeah, it does not like you make Bob Dylan anymore. But like as far as like, you know, Best Picture nominees this year, I don't. It's really good. I don't think it deserves, you know, Best Picture, but it was very good. James Mangold is the director, and he's pretty fucking solid.
Well, I mean, obviously we're going with, you know, like penis to vagina.
That's pretty tough to beat. I mean,
in terms of like music and movies, like it's the best ever, right?
That movie is crashing and burning hardcore. That movie had all of the awards just like sewn up, and then the lead actress, the like the trans lady, like it came out like she's just been like nonstop making all these like racist comments on Twitter and stuff.
So, great.
Yeah, so it's just totally fucking torpedoed that movie's chances of winning anything.
Good.
Yeah.
Like to win an Oscar, your movie should be Oscar worthy, not just
penis to vagina.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some pretty good penis to vagina movies.
This is not one of them.
Pirates. Now there's an Oscar movie. No,
but yeah, no, I devoured the fuck out of movies this week.
Yeah, I did not, which is not abnormal. I sat down to read that Dracula comic.
Yes,
but not actually execute on that. But I was flipping through it, and the art in that book is phenomenal.
See, I don't know. For me, like it was a little inconsistent. Like maybe you'll see it as you're reading through it.
Maybe
like the big like splash pages, like the big panels, like those look amazing. And then like the less important panels, like the transition stuff, just looks like shit, I think. In some places,
really,
it doesn't look good. But I mean, in other places, it is. That. Yeah, it's really good.
I love that like kind of messy watercolory kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like
maybe just flipping through it, I only saw like the bigger panels.
Yeah, it looks like Bill Sienkiewicz, like that kind of art style.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I read some more of like the Absolute comics this week. Those have been pretty good.
Are they staying consistent?
Yeah. The only one I haven't caught up on is Batman. I have to read that. Maybe I'll read that tonight. Yeah. No, those have been pretty good.
Have they started introducing other ones? Did they were going to do Martian Manhunter, right?
I think that's coming, like either in the spring or the summer, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I'm in. Like they've got me suckered in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of how good the other ones are.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Or are you like a big Martian Manhunter fan?
No, I am not. I Dan DiDio himself said this at our panel back at Tampa Bay last year. He's like, if you ever see, like, because he was talking about, like, the difference between, like, Marvel and DC. Like, he's fucking Dan DiDio. He was, like, the DC guy. And, like, the shit he was talking about was, like, quite surprising, actually. Like, I wish somebody was there to witness him talking about this, because he was saying how, like, he's like, there's things we always knew at DC. Like, we know we're never going to beat Marvel, like, ever. Like, people love Marvel. Yeah. Like, we're always going to be second place. He's like, Marvel, listen, we'll never admit this anywhere else. He's like, Marvel has the much better, like, roster of characters. He's like, they have, like, 40 or 50 characters who could, like, helm a series. Whereas, like, DC maybe has 7 or 8 at most. And he's like, that's why when you see, like, a Martian Manhunter series, you know it's not going to go more than, like, 10 issues or 12 issues at the most. Because, like, it's not a character, like, you can draw that much from. So I'm hoping, like, you know, they can do something with it. But goddamn, as a Marvel boy, it was really nice to hear him say all that.
Yeah, well, because I think a big part of that is, like, Marvel worked on their characters where DC worked on their, like, big stories.
Yeah.
And, like, they put the time and effort into Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, like, all your headliner Justice League characters. That's where DC put all their time. But DC also did the really cool thing with different imprints. So all your Vertigo titles that are under I don't know if is Vertigo even a thing anymore? But that was like all their adult comics. So you, like, Sandman was in there, 100 Bullets.
Yeah, now it's a DC Black Label.
Yeah, but, like, all that shit was where DC started to shine, like, in the 2000s and stuff, like the late 90s, early 2000s. The Vertigo shit was where they were putting a lot of stock because they knew that their superhero books weren't doing that great.
Yeah. So
they brought in all these, like, independent guys to do all that crazy shit. That's where you get a lot of your, like, Grant Morrison stuff. Who was another Vertigo guy? Like, all the Neil Gaiman stuff.
People don't talk about him anymore.
Listen, the comics are great. All right, like, you can't take that away from him.
His treatment of humans, not so much.
Yeah.
Donner his thoughts.
Yeah.
Human rights activist. Okay.
Yeah. He's way more of a Grant Morrison fan.
Yeah. But I think that's, like, instead of them putting time and effort into their like capes, they put a lot of time and effort into that shit. Because, like, that's where Alan Moore spent a lot of his time, was writing on Vertigo titles.
Yeah.
You know, he stopped doing superhero shit. So I think they fell behind. I haven't really done much all week.
Yeah, like, like I said, I was alone for like 3 days, so it was just video games, movies, and going out to eat and grabbing a drink and stuff. Yeah.
You still on Call of Duty?
Oh, fuck yeah. They had like a Terminator like themed event this past weekend where, like, you can get Terminator skins and stuff. Like, yeah, so I'm currently rocking the 1984 like Arnold skin. Yeah.
With the big glasses.
Doesn't have the glasses, but he's like the gray jacket, like, on, like. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can also have. I've got the T800 like skeleton skin. I just haven't used that yet.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm straight up hooked on fucking Call of Duty again.
Jesus Christ! It's like it's 2005 all over.
Seriously.
What's coming out? We're looking forward to.
The Monkey comes out this week. I do want to see that.
Do not. Don't care.
You're not exactly jazzed about that one.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be like really gory and like kind of over the top, so fingers crossed, but I am not expecting much after Long Legs from Osgood Perkins.
No. Mm-mm. I mean, unless he totally like changes how he makes movies. Because Long Legs was fucking terrible top to bottom.
I don't get why that movie blew up so much. Like it,
because it was different, and everybody loves Nick Cage now.
yeah.
Like when Nick Cage was like when he couldn't be taken seriously because he was trying to be serious, nobody gave a fuck. And now he realized like nobody likes me. I'm just going to be a wild man again and just do random crazy bullshit. Everybody loves him.
It's going to be a human meme.
It's literally the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah.
Come to life.
Yeah.
That's literally the point of that movie.
That movie is
I'm
fucking
just leaning
great.
into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he started leaning into it before that movie came out. Like that's part of the whole
movie's
fucking
like
thing.
fan fucking test.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I just saw it for the first time. It was amazing.
Yeah. Might be a good place to wrap it up because I don't have much else.
No. Yeah, it's been a light week for content.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? After I watched Crimson Peak, I did start watching another gothic romantic horror-ish movie that is like the end-all be-all of what that genre is.
All right.
This stopped, and Interview with the Vampire started right up.
Oh, that's a double feature right there. Yeah.
That's the right
That's so
order for that
good.
double feature.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That sounds pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. And I was telling Monique, I was like, we were watching, I was like, I never think about it this way when I'm not watching this movie, but when I'm watching Interview with a Vampire, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. It is a great fucking movie.
It's so good. It's just like amazing cast, amazing acting, amazing like storytelling.
I want to say
like,
we did that for episode 69.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
I think it was 69. God, what a movie. It's so good. I think I want to go back and like tackle that book series. Because I had read the first one when I was in college, so that was 1,000 years ago.
Oh yeah. I read
And
the
I'm
Vampire
able to get-
Lestat probably around the same time,
Yeah.
and that was pretty good.
So like work has been like kind of slow, so I've been able to get back into audiobooks. So I might start tackling those. I did. Oh, you know what? I finished The Shining and I started Dr. Sleep. I'm about halfway through Dr. Sleep.
Okay.
That is a drastically different book
Yeah.
than The Shining.
Yeah. The movie is different as well. I don't know how close the movie hews to the book. But I'm
not sure. I'm gonna finish the book and then watch the movie just to see. But like The Shining, like it's a toss up because like the book is good. I think it's one of those rare instances where I like the movie better.
All right.
Because the Kubrick movie, while being pretty drastically different from the book, is a better horror feature. I think the Shining is like weird and unsettling, but like it's like it never reaches that peak. Characters are going crazy. Everything is like wild. The book is more like
like the abuse and stuff, isn't it?
not really. Like he doesn't really get that abusive until he's like trying to kill his family. You see him like his like slow descent into madness is a little better in the book. But the whole like ending is better in the movie.
All right.
And I think the movie does a better job showing you Jack going crazy. And the effect on the family is better portrayed in the book, but like it's back and forth. Like it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think the movie is just a little better for what I'm looking for in that story.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, it is less
Some
visually
translate to
striking
film.
to see a guy like chasing his family around with a giant mallet as it is like an axe instead. Like,
Yeah. But like the elevator full of blood is not in the book. The come play with us girls are not in the book. Like those really like crazy iconic moments that you get in the movie are just in the movie. So like maybe I spoiled it for myself, like seeing the movie so many times before reading the book.
yeah.
But it just, I feel like the movie is just more effective. I think some of it is difficult to translate to film, but it still has a huge chunk of the basis for the book Dr. Sleep. Yeah, and Dr. Sleep is good so far. Like Dr. Sleep it's just a completely different animal because it's instead of horror and madness, it's people dealing with being psychic, and like it's like Danny's trauma and how he dealt with that and what he's like as an adult finding these other people who are psychics. And I'm about halfway through, so like I haven't really gotten to like, I don't know if the book like goes crazy, goes off the rails kind of thing, but like it's interesting. I think it's more interesting than The Shining in terms of books. Like so far I like it better.
All right.
But it is what it is. I'll let you know next week.
All right. Tune back in next week, folks.
Yeah, I should be done with it by next week.
All right. We we'll let you know where we're going to be. You can find us. It's coming up rapidly. Oh, yes. Actually, yeah. Go to bullandbee.com and you can use code MONSTERMEAD at checkout for $5 off of your order. We're going to be at Saratoga Comic-Con May 3rd and 4th. It's a little over 2 months away.
Yep.
You can check us out there. We'll be there both days. We're going to be hosting some trivia. If you're over 18 and want to get in on that, you're more than welcome to.
Yep.
We're gonna have some fun with it. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah. After
it's a good time.
Yeah, after that, you can check us out later in the summer. We're gonna be at Mid-Hudson Comic-Con. There's August. The first weekend in August. I want to say it's like August 2nd through the 3rd.
You do this every time.
Yeah.
It's one of these days. Yeah.
Because
Third.
it's too similar to the May date. Yeah.
Way too close.
Yeah. That is going to be August 2nd and 3rd in Poughkeepsie, New York. The same weekend, we're also going to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con in Tampa Bay, Florida. More to come on that. They just announced the dude who voices Miles Morales in the animated Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse movies.
Nice.
And I forget who he played in the Wu-Tang show. Might have been Inspector Deck, but he's going to be there. I'm hyped for that.
Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, more to come on that. And then in November, we're going to be at Saratoga Comic-Con again. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving. I think it's 22nd and 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Think you're right.
Yeah. But we'll have more info on those as we get closer. And now we've got some plugs.
All right. So we'll hit you with socials now. Our website is www.bigdumbmonsters.com. You can email us, bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com, if you have suggestions for movies we should watch, beer we should check out. If you want to work with us, hire us to host some event that you've got. We'll run trivia, whatever you got. We'll figure it out.
We'll do it. Yeah.
You can find us on Slasher, the all horror social network. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast, and you can find us occasionally logged into our Steam account, Big Dumb Monsters.
You can check us out on Instagram and Threads at big_dumb_monsters. When this show streams live, you can check it out every Monday night at 7:45 on Twitch and YouTube. We are at Big Dumb Monsters on both of those. You should come check out our TeePublic store. I believe starting today there is a sale, 35% off of everything. Come on by. Yeah, buy some stuff. Buy some Big Dumb Monsters swag. That is at teepublic.com, and you can just search for the Big Dumb Monsters store from there. We always get to this same thing every week. We got nothing. You can check us out on Snap. We're the Meh Network. Meh BDM Network. Yeah. No, we're there. They came out this week. It's Snap Talk. I think it's supposed to be like a Tinder like type of app, like for the Marvel Universe. And there's like a card set on them.
Snapper.
Yeah, it's called Snapper.
No.
Yeah, I shit you not, dude.
It's not April 1st, so it's good.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Those are the card variants.
The app.
It's variant artwork.
The app in the Marvel Universe that gets you laid is called Snapper.
I'm looking this up. That's not.
Did you? What do you think of the new cards they dropped?
Like the Brave New World stuff.
Thaddeus, whatever his name is.
I'm never going to use that card. I used it to get the objectives this weekend, and it's going away. I'll never use it again. Captain
really?
America, on the other hand, I will fucking use.
Where he drops the shield?
Yes, because if you team him up with the... people like didn't realize how you're supposed to use that card at first.
With Captain America.
They just move it to the spot with Captain America, and it gives him +2. The way it actually works is every time it moves to that space, it gives him +2. So if you get the other Captain America in your deck and have him in 2 spots, you could just keep bouncing the shield back and forth and like boosting them both up each time.
Yeah, because it's the shield bouncing off of shit.
Yeah. No, I saw like when it first came out, people were just moving it to the Captain America spot and then just leaving it there.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's not how you're supposed to play with it.
No, I'm trying to think of the other. So I made a new deck that I've been, kind of messing around with, and it's pretty fun. It's not amazing, but it's.
What's the premise?
I'm a bigger fan of. What's that?
What's the the premise behind it?
Switching cards out for bigger ones.
All right.
So I got the idea for it when that Thaddeus, whatever the fuck his name is, card dropped. But it turns out like he wasn't great. Like the card was like cool in the idea, but it just wasn't working. So it's it works on Blink and Lockjaw for the most part, and Jubilee, just like grabbing shit out of the deck, because it's a bunch of like low cost stuff like Nebula, Okoye, Magic, Killmonger, just because sometimes one cost cards are a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But then I've got Lockjaw and Blink to switch shit out, so I've got Crossbones, Sarah, Giganto, and the Infinite in there.
All right.
So it's not spectacular. There's not like bangers in it, but like it seems solid.
I was playing my anti-move deck this week for a bit. I haven't played that in a while.
Is Move coming back?
No, I just hadn't played it in a while.
No, yeah, like when all the Spider-Verse stuff dropped, I made an anti-move deck because that was getting obnoxious.
See, Move is very fun for me right now because Move is not popular, so anti-move is not popular.
Yeah, well, it's not really anti-move; it's like forced move is what I should probably call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move your stuff where I want and when I want to move it.
Kingpin and.
Well, yeah, no, it's Kingpin, Scream.
Yeah.
Those are like the two that you have to set up, and then like you can just move them around and fucking, take points off of them all the time. with like
Yeah,
Arrow,
I'm trying
Stegron.
trying to think of who I put in because my anti-move deck is called Move Sucks.
Yeah,
because I hated the mechanic.
Spider-Man is another one.
Yeah. Where did it go? Move Sucks. Yeah, Echo,
We could.
Kingpin, Scream.
I would like to bitch about the new objective. They like the Alliance missions. It's my like missions are almost clogged up with it because I'm never gonna fucking. It's so rare that you meet this. Finish a like a spot with 40 or more energy. Like
40 or more energy.
Yeah, 40 or more power.
Oh, why is that hard?
I mean, like I can do it, but it's just not like one I can do that often.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if I with certain decks, if I had Iron Man, like I could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean that's not terribly hard in like a null deck.
Yeah, a destroy deck can make it.
Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, but like,
but it's gonna be one. It's gonna be one location at a time, unless you're shitty like me and you drop null on turn 5 and Mystique on turn 6.
Or null and then Aramzola him.
Or Taskmaster.
Or Taskmaster him. Or you Venom the null and then Aramzola the Venom. Like, there's a lot of ways to get lots of power.
Yeah.
You know?
My favorite like knockout combo is with my high evolutionary deck. Getting out Hulk on turn 5, either by like lowering his cost with Shocker or using Hope Summers to get extra energy. And then like nobody ever thinks you're going to play Taskmaster's not a card people think about. So drop like a 22-point Hulk on turn 5 and then like Taskmaster on turn 6. And like that is like 90% of the time you're going to win with that combo.
Yeah.
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 That's when I never built High Evolutionary. I never got around to it.
I
like the no abilities better.
I never got the card.
No abilities better. Like
because I then run an ongoing deck with Patriot and Mystique.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Iron Man and.
See, I use Patriot and Mystique for my Guardians deck with Ultron.
I hate him. I don't like him. He's not a part of any of my decks.
Well, I put him in just to meet the like fill all locations like missions.
Yeah, I use.
But actually, I'm good with using him. Yeah, I got good with him.
I Galactus to get fill all locations by blowing up the other locations. That's how I get that.
No, I have like the only card that I'm looking forward to getting because like I don't get a lot of cards, right? Because like I don't have a lot of tokens and shit like that, and I don't have a subscription like you do. So I've got Scorn pinned. I've got Scorn pinned. So I've got to get a bunch of more fucking tokens and get that son of a bitch.
Well, I also just relentlessly hunt down those Alliance rewards.
Do you get cards for doing that?
You always have like gold. Because I have like the gold pass. We get 50 every day. I save up my tokens and keys too. So like I have 4 keys, just on hand right now. I only use them
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't use them.
Yeah, I only use them when I want to get the popular card, and I don't know if it's just they stack the odds that way, but like more often than not, you're getting the new card like on the first use of a key or two. So yeah, if I don't get it that way, then I'll just use the points to buy it. But I don't use points.
The last time I went to use the key, I had 4 of them, and I wanted because it was Blink and Thaddeus Ross or whatever the fuck his name is, like Red Hulk. I got 2 of the same one, which was a card I already had.
Yeah, they give you tokens.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, they give you like a token equivalent.
They should give you way more than 1,000 tokens for it. If it costs 5,000 to buy a card, why am I only getting 1,000 if I already have this card?
Do you remember when they were 2,000?
Yeah.
Fucking inflation in my video games? You fucking serious?
We used to be able to find like 1,000 and 2,000 rewards in like the as you level up, but now they're only like 100 like point.
They're 100, yeah.
That's bullshit.
The game has gone so fucking, I guess not pay to win, but like pay to fucking progress.
Yeah.
Bad business.
Anyway, that's the Snap segment for this week.
Yeah, I'm fucking playing Snap. I don't know how that happened. Now it's literally a game called my movement deck, and I'm kicking ass.
All right, folks. Well, I think we have some words of wisdom to lay on you, and then we're really going to leave this time.
Yeah. All right. So, don't let ghoulies eat your ass.
And never sleep in a deathbed.
Bye.